Okay. So let's get started with the discussion of Tale of Despereaux, chapter 26 through 31. So I'm sure everybody prepared for their discussions well. So let me share my ideas briefly, and we're gonna begin by whoever is ready first. So the first one, Miggery so she has been suffering from poverty and ill conditions and abuse from the uncle for all her life. She went onto a field one day and she had an encounter with the royal family, the king and the queen and then Princess P. And as she felt like a light of a candle was lit in her heart. So her heart became filled with anticipation and expectation, longing for a better life for the first time. So it was a magical moment, but it was just good and magical. No, it was very bitter at the same time because the situation that she was in and the circumstances that Princess P was brought up in were so different. They were extremely different from each other. So she probably felt some kind of unfairness about how the lives could be so different because Princess P, she was brought up in luxury and love from all the family members and then the citizens. But Meg, she had to endure all kinds of like emotional abuse and physical abuse and all poor conditions, the poverty. So if I were Meg, I would be very frustrated and angry, but at the same time, I would have this like desire to climb up the ladder and then have a better future. So that's why she claims that she wants to be a princess to everyone she meets. But when she went to the palace and finally met Princess P, she said, I want to be a princess too, like yourself. And Princess P, she looked at her very deeply. We couldn't really read her face, but she had probably a lot of complex emotions running through her mind because she felt a lot of sympathy. 진짜 불쌍하다. She felt a lot of sympathy for Meg, but she knew that it was impossible because at that time, the class structure was so rigid. So it is impossible to go above your class if you were born into that. So we feel very fortunate because nowadays in the modern day, if we are willing to work hard, we can definitely, elevate our position. We can have a better social position, right? But back then it was impossible. And then the soldier came into the uncle's house to take away the kettles and spoons and bowls and outlaw the soup. And when the uncle said that, oh, she is my property. 쟤는 내 재산이야. And then the soldier is taken aback and he's very surprised. No human being has the right to own another in this kingdom. And this is a very obvious sentence, but why is it wrong for a human to own another human being? Well, in the past, in the US, it was allowed. Slavery, like we saw in our TOEFL reading passage, Underground Railroad. And then even in Korea, in Joseon Dynasty, there was like a caste, there was a class system, so people were able to, have maids and servants and slaves. But from the modern society, from the beginning of the modern society, each country started having a law called the Constitution. Do you guys know what a Constitution is? Constitution이 뭐야, 여러분? 헌법, 그치? So each country has a constitution now, and then in that constitution, it is stated that all humans are created equal. 모든 인간은 평등하다. Because if we don't believe that, some powerful people are going to treat the less powerful people as their property. 재산이라고 생각하고 as animals and livestock, not equally as humans. So to ban that, to outlaw that, we put the idea of human dignity in every constitution. 그래서 인간은 소중해. Humans are precious. Not because they are smart, not because they're powerful, not because they have money, But just because they are human, 인간은 인간이기 때문에 그냥 소중하다. We call that human dignity, 인간 존엄성. That is written into every country's constitution. That's why no human may own another in any country in the modern day. Yeah. Okay, so these were some of the ideas that I had. So who's gonna go first? Okay, Honey raises hand first. So we're gonna start from Honey. Other people, please practice yours at the same time. Okay, 좋아요. Honey, talk. Everyone, silently practice. Okay, ready, set, start.
Everybody so felt hope in her mind.
잠깐만. 다른 사람은 소리는 내면 안 돼. 환희만 소리 낼 수 있어. Honey, talk. Everyone, silently practice. Ready, set, start.
Everybody so felt hope because Migori so had a bad things and uncles and had a bad kinds of hitting and violent things being hurt. So I think Migori so felt hope. Human cannot kill other humans because human has a human rights for being equally to live like humans being. The reason of respecting human rights is people can want to do what they want and be a freely doing themselves.
Okay, so Meguriso has been brought up in such a poor condition. All she saw was poverty and beating. So she couldn't really imagine the possibility of a good life. But then she saw that with her own eyes. And from that moment on, her hearts became filled with desire and passion. And then longing for a better future. Yeah. And then you said that humans have human rights. And we are born with it. Nobody can take the human rights away from us. The human rights are inalienable. 우리로부터 분리할 수 없어요. Those human rights. So all the humans have to be equally treated because we have the liberty only in the boundary of not hurting other people. Okay? Yes, Hayun. Alright, so we're gonna hear from her. 좋아요. 자리로 돌아오셔도 돼요. 네. Okay. Hayun, talk. Everyone silently practice. Ready, set, start.
When the Princess P waved Migori's cell will think for like 5 seconds. And I think the result of her thinking is I don't have a right to wait for the princess royal because I am not like her and I am very poor slave and I am owned by another people called uncle like animal. So she will think that she is very sad and the depression about her like hoarding thing like her poor house.
Okay, so when Princess P waved at Megurisaw just like stood there in amazement, couldn't really say anything, do anything, because it was her first time. She laid her eyes onto someone so fascinating. So she basically she didn't have any self-esteem, any confidence, and no self-identity at all. But after that, she really wanted to become like her because she was the most fascinating person she has ever seen in her life. Okay, Hayun. Next person. Okay, Subin. Alright, we're gonna hear from Subini. Subin, talk. Everyone silently practice at the same time. Ready, set, start.
I think it was weird because
잠깐만. 그거 뒤에 놓고 해야 돼. 그거 뒤에 놓고. 그거 딱 덮어놓고. 좋아요. Subin, talk. Everyone silently practice. Ready, set, start.
I think it was so weird because someone is rich and someone is just having unfortunate life and like I think Princess P got like angry because Midori Cell is just having his crown but Little had bored Midori Cell because she thinks really has a coach of the year,
Mm.
and she's really poor and having her life, and I think she thinks like that.
Oh, okay. So it's really unfortunate that some people are born into such poor conditions and some people are born with wealth and power from the beginning. And Princess P looked at Miguel in the eyes very deeply. She didn't say anything for a couple seconds. The reason why is that she felt much sympathy on one side. Oh, 불쌍하다 Miguel. But on the other side, she knew very well that it was impossible for Miguri to become a princess. Yeah, so there was like a lot of differences between people back then, but now we are treated all equal. Yeah, thank you, Subi. Okay, Jaewon. All right. Yeah. Okay, Jaewon, talk. Everyone practice silently. Ready, set, start.
When Mary saw the royal family going, she was very jealous because it was very envious to see because the crown and the shining armors of the knight and everything that Princess Peacock had never been seen or being touched by her, and she was very had a desire being a rich princess and getting pretty pretty good wife. And secondly, I think humans shouldn't must not own their because they have their thoughts, but we can't just labor them. They don't get even paid, so I think it is not good.
Oh, okay, Miguri saw her heart was filled with jealousy because all the things that Princess P owned was not available to her. So she saw all the glimmers and the magnificence of her life. So she really wanted to become like her. And we are not supposed to control others, make other people labor for us because they all have their independent thoughts and feelings and emotions. Okay, Jaewon. All right, Sevin raise her hand first. Okay. Sevin, talk. Everyone practice at the same time. Ready, set, start.
I think Nicholas felt so sad and envious because the world is very unfair and someone is treated by others and someone is born in the royal family and have a wonderful life. When I was Migori Sue, I felt so angry and sad because I can't understand why there is discrimination. And I think another people owing I think people owing another people is very bad because all of the people have each human rights and they fair.
Oh, okay. So world back then was even more unfair because if you were born into a certain class, that's the end of it. There's no chance of going up the ladder. Nowadays, we feel very fortunate to be born into the modern era. Not in North Korea, but in South Korea because if we work hard, then we can definitely have a better future, right? Megurisa was very much frustrated because she was born into that kind of state from the beginning. Yeah, and then thanks to the human rights, we're not supposed to, cause any discrimination to other people. Okay, Sua. All right. Okay, Sua, talk. Everyone practice at the same time. Ready, set, start.
Well, I think Migori Sue and Princess Peace life is not unfair because they can have a chance in their lives that they wish. And the guard said the human cannot own any human because human is not an animal and not a thing. So they can own somebody and there is human rights. So they can be treated by humans, not owned by anyone. Because of human rights, we can be freely living now. No,
Oh, yeah. So Sua thinks that it's not unfair that Meguriso and Princess P have different lives. So although everybody is born into different conditions, if that person enjoys his or her life and does her best, make the most out of it, that's the best attitude one can have. Yeah, I agree with you. And humans are not animals or possessions or properties or items that others can use. Thanks to the human rights that are written into the Constitution, we can pursue our own freedom and liberty as long as we don't hurt other people. Very nice. Okay, Hyunwoo. Alright, we're gonna hear from Hyunwoo. Okay, Hyunwoo talk. Everyone, practice. Ready, set, start.
Meguriso's parents gave a lot of love for Princess
Oh.
Peach's parents gave a lot of love for Peach,
Uh-huh.
but Meguri's parents violently hit Meguri's ear and it looks like cauliflower.
Mm.
So Meguri wanted to be a princess for looking at Princess Peach.
Mm.
But if I was Meguri, I would try to go step by step to be a princess because if we want to be a princess Peach by straight away is very hard to do.
Oh, okay. P was brought up in the parental love. Meguri saw she was hit, and that's how she became deaf and came to have the disability. But Meguri saw it's just like saying her host, but she doesn't really have a plan or she doesn't really have a strategy. So she really needs to, plan out step by step if she really wanted to become a princess. Okay. 오케이, 좋아요. 도아가 좀 먼저 손을 들었어요. 재현이 여기 자리 와서 할 거 하세요. 네. 이거 하시고. 자, 그러면은 도아의 이야기를 먼저 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 한번 빨리 와주세요. 네. 도아 talk. Everyone practice. Ready, set, start.
So Meguri saw Princess P, and I think she felt so sad and a little envious because she doesn't have a beautiful dress and a shining crown. When I was Meguri I would be so unfair and so angry because I'm thinking that why am I not a princess? Why am I not wearing a dress? And question number 2, I think everyone has a own personality. For example, when I love the beautiful dress, and it's my personality, and someone loves not beautiful dress, and I think it's her personality.
Okay. So when she saw the princess, she was filled with sadness and also a lot of jealousy. So she thought it was really unfair. I had a similar feeling when I was in high school. So there was a girl who had the same name with me, but then she was a lot taller. She was a lot prettier than she was, a lot more popular. And then I felt a lot of jealousy. Why does she have the same name with me? But then why is she a lot prettier? But then after that, I came to a conclusion. Everyone is unique and everyone is different. So a dandelion would not be jealous towards a rose. So all the roses, all the different flowers have their own characteristics and uniqueness. So Meguri So I think should not try to be like Princess. She really needs to find a way to be pretty in her own unique way. Okay, thank you, Doa. 성원이. Alright, we're gonna hear from 성원이. Okay. 성원이 talk. Everyone practice. Ready, set, start.
Meguri would feel unfair because her life was full of darkness and sorrow. Princess P is different. She can do almost everything she wanted to do. And Princess P heard Meguri so sweet to be a princess. She thought it is impossible. Another question too. Every people should have equality and must not have vanity.
Oh, okay. So the themes of darkness and light, they're constantly brought up throughout the novel, and the darkness could represent the poor environment that one was born into, like Roscuro and Despereaux, and then the lightness could represent the love from parents and all of the good things that we are given from the beginning. So the princess is able to do anything that she wants, but Meguriso cannot. The princess stared into the eyes of Meguriso because she really knew the answer to that, but that she couldn't really say that. She didn't want to hurt Meguriso. Okay, thank you, Sungwon. Okay, Jungho, we're gonna hear from Jungho. All right, yeah. Jungho talk. Everyone practice. Ready, set, start.
Chapter 26. Maybe so Princess P and her mother and her father.
Uh-huh.
Maybe so they was unfair.
Oh.
Maybe so Princess P was born same word.
Oh.
Well, Princess P was a princess, but maybe so was poor.
Oh.
So she thinks it's unfair.
Mm.
When I was little, so I believe revenge her on Princess P because it was unfair.
Mm. Oh, okay. So under the same sky, they're living in such different worlds. There is such a stark contrast between the two situations, and they're same 10-year-olds. So if he were Megriso, he would be filled with revenge and frustration and a lot of jealousy. Okay, thank you. All right, Yunha. Okay, we're gonna hear from Yunha. Yunha, talk, everyone practice. Ready, set, start.
Everyone found very envious to Princess P because she grew up very poor and bad environment. However, Princess P is very rich and her parents love her, so she will feel that emotion. And I think Princess P will think that we is very poor P. However, she thinks that it is very strange word that me will be princess someday.
Ah, okay. She felt envious, very jealous because the Princess P, she got all the attention and love from the parents and all the citizens, all the soldiers in the kingdom. On the other hand, Meguriso didn't even feel any love from the parents, didn't get any attention from nobody. So she basically lived in darkness all her life. And Princess P just stared at her for a few seconds because something that Meguriso said was unimaginable to the princess. She couldn't really understand. Thank you. Okay, Chuo. Okay, Chuo. Ready? Chuo talk and Henry practice. Ready, set, start.
One people can sound beautiful because the slavery was finished and in the UN declaration, the right for child there is respected. Children have the right to receive
Fair treatments.
care and protection from dangers, and children need love and understanding in order to the children's personality.
Oh yeah. So no human being is supposed to own another because there's a UN declaration, and then it's strictly banned. Slavery and then child abuse because it says every child deserves to be loved and then deserves to be brought up in a supportive condition. Okay, thank you. We're gonna hear from Henry. Yeah. Okay, Henry 이야기 한번 해볼게요. Ready, set, start.
Megariso felt sad because she felt unfair. If I was Megariso, I would say, why I have to do all of the dangers house chores.
Mm.
And I'll make a revenge to the uncle.
Uh-huh.
And in chapter 29,
Mm.
Princess P looked at Mr. Sills a little bit. And
Mm.
then I think she thought, I don't think that she can be a princess. And then, and nobody can own somebody
Mm.
because slavery is done very long time ago.
Oh, okay. So Biggerisa was filled with sadness and she thought it was very unfair. And she has to perform all the house chores. And childhood is a time when you have to work for your own future, whether studying, whether like exercising or practicing. But she couldn't spend any time for her future, but then she had to do all the chores for the uncle. So if we were Miguriso, we would try to run away from the uncle or take a revenge on him. And Princess P just like looked at Miguriso in the eye for a couple seconds, couldn't really say anything because she knew that it was impossible, but she couldn't really say that to her face. She didn't want to hurt Miguriso's feelings. Okay, thank you.